Hey, what is going on, you guys? I am James Reptiles, and we are here again in my reptile room, which is an absolute disaster as always, but we are moving stuff around, so that's okay. In today's video, we are going to talk about why I taught you how to breed mealworms, and then I stopped breeding mealworms because I'm no longer breeding mealworms. That is the topic of today's video. Hopefully it doesn't upset too many people, but with that, let's get right into it, and I'll tell you why I'm no longer breeding mealworms. So we have my mealworm rack. You guys know that. You've watched the video. It was like 2 videos ago, and I taught you how to breed mealworms, and I taught you why I breed and all these other things and all these benefits about breeding mealworms. Now, mealworms for me cost about $15 a thousand. When I did the math to make around 1,000 mealworms, it was really like 10 bucks, and that was paying myself minimum wage. Now I'm making more than minimum wage now. Not that I was making minimum wage before, but I was a bit closer to it. Now I'm a bit further away, and it still made sense in my mind. You know, the numbers were close enough. But I was recently approached by my boss, who I buy my mealworms from, and he asked me how many I use per month, and I said probably roughly 6,000, because I was still buying 2 to 4 at least every other week from him and using my own. So I said probably around 6,000, and he said, well, hey, you're buying so much, I'm gonna give you half off. So basically I was already getting a discount on them, but I'm now getting what a store who buys like 15 or more gets, and I promised him I just buy 6 a week once I run through my colonies. So down at the bottom we have this one, which is where all my beetles pupate, and then I move them into the beetle breeders. What I'm gonna start doing, or what I'm gonna stop doing, is letting beetles pupate and just feed everything off. So no more beetles pupating means I'm not replacing the breeders. So when the breeders are dying off and there's not new ones, we're gonna pretty much halt production as soon as all the beetles stop being alive. Once all the beetles start to die off, we'll lose production, and basically feed all of these off. And just so basically at $7 for 1,000, it no longer makes sense to breed them. So I apologize, I made that video about how to breed them and all of this, but it's still important knowledge. There's a lot of people that want to do it. It's just no longer what I'm going to be doing, and I hate saying that as I just taught you guys how. But if you have any questions about that, or if you have any questions about breeding mealworms, DM me on Instagram. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. This is definitely different. There was a fish tank here. I tore that fish tank down specifically for the reason that I could connect this herpstat to both incubators. So you guys might remember I had the female eggs in this incubator, and it was full, like to the max. Well, let me move these tubs out the way. Like I said, room's a mess, always. Well, I had this incubator made specifically to be for females, because bigger incubator for females, because you make more females, that's what you do. So I moved all the eggs into this incubator, and you can see it takes up like half the first shelf. The water bottle helps keep temperatures a little stable. Probably not doing a whole lot in this huge incubator, but it's okay. So this incubator is going to be for males. It can be smaller because we're making less males. The reason I'm doing it this way this year is because last year I was really tight on space putting females in here, and I had males in my styrofoam incubator. What this will allow me to do is have more room for everything, and if I need an extra incubator, probably for males, I can just set up the styrofoam one on top, which has its own built-in thermostat. But you can see it's a warm day. It's not super hot. It's supposed to get up in the high 70s today, and yeah, we're within 1 degree, or within 0.1 of the temperatures. It's supposed to be 85 and 82. I do 82.1. It was supposed to be 84.9. Whatever, not a big deal. So incubators are set up. I still haven't used these. We will get to that in a while. The last of the babies are now in larger tubs, and just in time as we're about to start hatching the 2022 babies. Now, that leaves this space. Well, first, when all the mealworms are gone, these snakes that are always free floating are gonna slide in there. I'm gonna move this rack over an inch or two. It's not gonna matter with this tiny little space over here. An inch isn't gonna do a problem. So these snakes will float in here. The room will feel way bigger, and then I will either, and I kind of have 2 options here, and I'm not sure what I want to do. I need 2 more of these racks, 2 or 3. What I either want to do is put 2 or 3, stack them vertically, or I want to get a bigger desk, go all the way out, probably put a rack underneath one. Yeah, see, that doesn't work. I kind of want a bigger desk for a second monitor, but that's not the end of the world. That's something we can accomplish in the future. If we so choose, I can always put a monitor above via a wall mount. That wouldn't be hard. But yeah, fish tanks down there. It is on Facebook Marketplace. But that's gonna be it. I wanted to get a hold of you guys and apologize, because I know, like, it doesn't matter if I'm breeding mealworms. I still taught you guys how. It just feels wrong no longer doing it, if that makes sense. But anyway, I will be at the Tulare Reptile Expo. It is the weekend after Easter, the 23rd and the 24th. I'll be at Diamond Reptile Supplies Company's booth. That's my buddy Elon. He's the guy whose dog we were donating for. If you saw on the live, we did donate one gecko. Shout out to David. I will bring that to you at the expo. And we'll do more this coming Saturday. I don't know when that's going to be by the time you see this. With that being said, all the geckos on the website are sold. Someone came and literally bought all of them. I have to wait until I receive the money to mark them as sold, but all the geckos on the website currently, as I'm filming, are sold. I don't know when I'm going to get more up. This is pretty much all that's left, is these 12. So I have to decide, start putting those up and decide which ones I want to put up first. And they'll probably be on sale. I literally, the day this guy messaged me about like the 14 geckos that were up on the MorphMarket, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put in a video today that all the geckos on MorphMarket to be like 40% off, so we can make tons of room for these upcoming babies that are about to start hatching. Because when the babies hatch, it's gonna get crazy. All the extra racks I have to feed, all the extra paper towels I'm going through, it's gonna get insane. And until I can start selling a couple Black Knights and getting some of that extra income, it's gonna be tight time-wise, because I'm not gonna miss work to take care of geckos when work's the only thing paying me until I start selling geckos. So it does get difficult, but that's why I got more geckos, and that's why I'm working less, because more geckos will pay me more, working less will allow me to take care of those geckos. So that's the tentative plan. I am still gonna breed Dubia. If you guys recall, I took everything out and cleaned the tub, and I put all new egg crate, and I have a couple halves. I'm gonna eventually replace these, but it's not, because the colony is not big enough to where it matters yet. So you can see there's some Dubia in there and a bunch in there, but the colony is not super huge yet. Like I put like these two in with all these halves, and it was like, yeah, that's good. And then I was like, whatever, I'll just put them all in. So the colony will get bigger. That's something I'm always gonna keep. He also offered me really good prices on like all insects. I was already getting store prices on rodents, but he gave me store prices on insects. So like I could just buy Dubia whenever I wanted, but this is so dirt cheap and easy to maintain that once it's going really good, it's, in my opinion, still gonna be cheaper. I can sell them to make extra money. Let's say the colony is like too crazy and I can't feed them off fast enough. I can always sell a bunch. I can always sell like, 10 adult females here, 10 adult females there, whatever, and feed off extra males. But it's one of those things where I want to be able to take extra males and feed them off. I want to be able to offer them to my animals, and just having them here is so much easier than, oh, it's Friday and I go to work on Monday and I'm going to pick some up if they're packed, which they're probably not. So one more thing I do want to touch on. I don't know how many people actually listen or watch the podcast that Gekbro, Trent, and I have. Probably not a lot, because it doesn't really get more than 20 views of video, and that's okay. I will no longer be doing that podcast. As far as I'm aware, Trent's doing it alone. We mutually decided that it was bad for our friendship to keep doing it. We would just disagree on a lot of things. So we both agreed we weren't going to keep doing it together. I told him, hey, whether you do it by yourself or you have someone on with you, I am going to support you. So that's what we're doing. And all my love goes out to him. I hope he does really good. I know he is filming an episode this week. He said it's going to be late, but I can't wait to see that. You guys should check it out. It is Trent from Gekbro. I will link it down below. Oh, one other thing, if anyone's actually still watching. So I was hit up by reptize.com. That is reptiz.com. And they offer to work with us here on the channel. So if you guys go to reptize.com, and they sell a lot of cages, a lot of really awesome big cages, and those big cages are so hard to ship and they're so expensive, but they got some pretty good prices. So if you actually go on their website and you end up purchasing something, make sure to use the code J 2022. We'll put that on screen for you right now. That will get you 6% off when you check out. I know it's not a lot, but hey, we got a sponsor and it helps us out. So if you're thinking about buying a cage, there's a really good 4-foot by 2x2 on there, or it's like 46 inches. It's a 4-foot by 2x2. Those work great for like a bearded dragon, or if you're getting an adult snake. 6% off. JJ2022. It helps us, it supports us, we get a percentage of that, so that would be awesome if we could get a couple people to purchase those. And all the money we get from any kind of sponsorships from now on until further notice is going to be completely going towards our head Xanthic project, because we can make a lot of money producing Xanthics, and I will be buying probably more like 3 head Xanthic babies this year. So if you really want to see that project like I do, go support us. If you're gonna buy a cage anyway, go support us. Get that small discount and enjoy your reptile and their new house. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out anyone who's linked down below. If I'm linking them, it means they're awesome. So thank you guys for watching, and peace out.